Hey guys, Sarge here. What we're going to be doing today is looking at the Glock 45. This is the one I had customized by Kickin Steel Custom Arms. This is their Sarge package. I get no kickbacks from this, but it is a collaboration we did just to kind of give back to some of my students and my friends that want some of the things I look for in a pistol in their own. So right off the bat, if you guys are wanting like a full Cerakote package with custom stippling, undercuts, and I put texturing underneath the trigger guard, but if you guys are looking for something like that and you're not wanting to pay a lot of money, highly recommend you guys go check out Kickin Steel Custom Arms and see what they have to offer, because this Sarge package altogether is $350. So it's a pretty good setup, okay? Since getting the Sarge package done to my Glock 45 and have another student shoot it, I'm well over a couple thousand rounds just from then, okay? A new addition that I made is I added a Ranger Proof swag trigger, and what I'm going to be doing is it will get its own video, okay, where I do kind of a close-up. But basically the idea with this is it replaces your Glock trigger shoe and it eliminates all the pre-travel. Okay, so you start right at where that trigger would break at, okay? That's where your trigger press starts, and it is extremely, extremely smooth. It is a very nice press. I had a bunch of students shoot it, and I'm normally against doing custom trigger jobs and stuff like that. Normally the reason why people do it is because they can't shoot their stock guns, so then they want to go and get trigger work done to make them better shooters. They'd rather throw money at, you know, adding parts to a gun instead of training themselves and just doing the work of practicing the fundamentals. So, but I had a couple students shoot this, and we were all pretty amazed with how nice of a trigger it is. And like I said, you do not replace any of the springs or anything. It is just replacing that trigger shoe on your Glocks. So pretty cool. It'll get its own standalone video, okay? But just so you guys know, Ranger Proof swag, I will have their link in the description. You guys can go check that out, and then stay tuned for that standalone video with it. What we're going to be going over, guys, I have shot this setup a lot. I've had a lot of students shoot it, and I've got a lot of their feedback in. And I'm now at the point where it's like, okay, let's do a little update with it. I have not heard a single negative complaint about this setup. All the students that I've talked to, they've all talked about how nice the grip is, how the texturing underneath the trigger guard really locks in that support hand, and basically the functionality of it. The Cerakote, okay, got it, right? That's 100% cosmetic. I personally like Cerakote. I think it's a little bit, in my personal opinion, and it could be a mental thing, right? But I think Cerakote is just easier to clean the guns afterwards than other finishes. It could just be me, but from what I've seen, that's been the case. So what we're going to be going into, guys, is we're going to break this up into different sections and just kind of talk about the pistol overall. Now, I have shot this pistol quite a bit, okay? The Glock 45 as itself I've shot for over a year. It's been my course, my instructor gun, and stuff like that. But having this custom package on it, I've given it more to students, I would say, than I've shot through it, just so I could hear what they think about it. And it's, especially with this Ranger Proof swag trigger in it, it's all been positive, and people are looking at wanting to do this to their own. So what's the benefits of doing it, right? I think once you are at a point to where you understand the fundamentals, because there's no mastering the fundamentals of shooting, but you understand the fundamentals of shooting, I think that's where now we can start looking at making it more custom to us. And what do I mean by that? If you look at 1911s, right? So let's say we look at 1911s. Normally, 1911 people, they don't keep their 1911s looking like this, right? They'll change out the beaver tails, they'll change out the thumb safety, they'll change out the grips, and they'll customize it to themselves. Well, why can't we do that with Glocks? Why can't we do that with our M&Ps? I absolutely think we should. But make sure you know what you're doing and why. Don't just do things because it looks cool. Like I've seen some guys where they get these grips completely overly aggressive stippled, and they go to carry it, and it's just rubbed a raw spot into their sides from where they were carrying this out of the waistband and stuff like that. So know more realistic along the lines of what you're doing and why. But I absolutely don't see an issue with you customizing it specific to you. But at the same time, know that you still need to apply the fundamentals. Okay, so there's no excuse to where you shoot, let's say you shoot your custom pistol to the top level of accuracy, but a buddy hands you a stock gun and you can't shoot it at all, which I've seen people be like that, right? They're really good with that gun with the 2-pound trigger and all this other stuff, but man, you hand them a stock gun and they can't shoot anymore. Okay, so that's something to think about. And they really couldn't even shoot with the custom guns. They're just hitting big targets. So those are all things to kind of look at, guys. The first thing that we're going to be talking about is the overall pistol's accuracy. Okay, with the accuracy of this, I will tell you I am pretty amazed with how well this red dot works, because I've heard a lot of things about the Vortex Venoms not being good. Mainly was like the first thing everybody told me about. No, get Trijicon RMR. The Vortex Venoms are garbage. I've not had a single issue, and I've shot this thing in the rain. Haven't shot it in the snow yet. I think I might have shot it in the snow once when it was snowing in January or February, but I've had no issues with it. So for me, so far, it's been a solid red dot. Now I'm not, hitting it off of steel or hitting it off of concrete or anything like that, but I am putting it in and out of a holster a lot. I am racking it off of a holster a lot, and I've had no issues. So there's the first thing with that. Now, accuracy too can be very controversial in the sense, because if I can't shoot, I might give you a bad report on accuracy of this pistol. So please go into it with that mindset. Please know that any of the misses are me, not the pistol. Also know when internet commandos talk to you about the accuracy of a pistol, it's their own accuracy. Because I've seen a lot of people not be able to shoot guns that are very easy to shoot. They just don't know how to practice the proper fundamentals. So here's a quick clip of just some of the accuracy with this Glock 45 Custom. Let's go see the targets. Let's go see what I did. So in 9.9 seconds, I put 2 shots and 2 shots. All right, guys, so as you saw there, it's accurate, okay? No issues there. The next part that we're going to be talking about is just controllability. For me, this Glock 45 is extremely controllable. I personally like the 17 grip to it, right, and the shorter slide, because I do appendix carry, so I do like that. But with this larger grip, where the kind of the hump in the back of the grip there, it perfectly sits into my hand. So for me, this feels better in my hand than the Glock 19 or any of the other ones. So I definitely, for controllability wise, why does that matter? Well, I can get a much better grip on this than, let's say, a 26 or a 19 or something in that regard. So this is a very nice grip. The controllability factor, again, man, if I don't know how to grip a gun, is it going to be controllable? If I don't, you know what I mean? So that's kind of all plays into it. But here's a quick clip, guys, just kind of showing you how controllable this pistol can be. And I'm going to show you some videos of me shooting it with a light on the pistol and without a light, and we'll see how big of a difference that plays. So let's go ahead and we'll roll that footage now. Stop! reliability is the next one, and I'll tell you, this pistol has been completely reliable, as most of, I mean, all my Glocks have been. But I've had no issues with the reliability of this pistol. That is a big part for something that I'll say is I do not always clean this pistol like I should, to just be honest with you. There are times to where I'll take it to the range, and let's say I'll shoot it a couple magazines. I'll forget that I handed it off to students, and I'll forget how much of those students have shot through it, and then it'll just go back in the range box, and then it'll follow me out to the next class, and the same thing will happen, and I'll just sit there and think, well, I've only shot 300 rounds through it, so it's fine. And I haven't thought about what everybody else has put through it. But no, there's been no issues with this pistol at all, reliability wise. I personally think that like the Glock 45 and the 19X are some of the best Glocks made, just in my opinion. Everybody has their own. But yeah, you're not going to have to worry about the reliability of Glocks. Most of the Glocks that I've seen that do have reliability issues are ones that people have put in aftermarket parts into. So like, I saw one video where the dude was just having light primer strike after light primer strike, having all these issues, and then at the end of the video he says, oh, I did put in these XYZ parts. So obviously I think that plays a larger role into it. I have not had an issue with this Glock 45 at all. I do have a couple friends who do some work for Glock, and they have even said that this is the 19X and the Glock 45 are some of their favorites. So, if that holds any weight for you, there you go. But for the reliability, guys, here's just a couple of the last shooting footages that I have for it, and then we'll move on to my final thoughts. Alright guys, so here are my final thoughts. I am 100% checking the yes box on the Glock 45, especially with the upgrades from Kickin Steel Custom Arms. I think it's a great pistol, guys, and for the students that I've had that have shot this, they can comment down in the comments below and let you guys know what their experience was. But nothing but positive things to say. So please, guys, go to the comment or go to my the description box, click on Kickin Steel Custom Arms, and just go see what the guy has to offer. He offers quite a bit, and I'll tell you, he does the work of top companies without that ridiculous price. So let him go. Let him know, that you guys appreciate the work that he's done, especially if you guys have shot this. Just go tell him thanks for making a great pistol. So, as always, guys, stay tuned for more. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box. You can find me over at Shooting It with the Sarge on Instagram. Stay tuned for more. Sarge out.